The Empire thought humans were fragile, short-lived, emotional, weak. So they forced one human into a battlefield where death was guaranteed. Again and again and again. By the time they stopped the simulation, they had created the most dangerous warrior in the galaxy. For over 10,000 years, the Galactic Empire of Valerian ruled the stars. Thousands of civilizations existed across the galaxy, but almost all of them eventually came to the same conclusion: resisting the Empire was pointless. Its fleets were unstoppable, its technology was centuries ahead of most species, its soldiers were engineered through generations of war. Yet the Empire had one unusual tradition when encountering a new intelligent species. Instead of conquering them immediately, they offered a chance, a single chance, to prove their worth. The tradition was called the Trials of Dominion. Every new species discovered by the Empire could send one champion, a warrior chosen to represent the strength, intelligence, and resilience of their entire civilization. If that warrior succeeded in the trials, their species would be granted a rare privilege within the Empire: autonomy. If they fail, their people would become subjects of imperial rule. For most species, the outcome was predictable. Failure. The trials were designed to break even the most advanced minds and bodies in the galaxy. They forced warriors to endure impossible combat scenarios, strategic challenges, and psychological warfare simulations. Most champions died within minutes, some lasted hours, a few survived long enough to earn respect, but none had ever truly impressed the Empire. Until the day they discovered Earth, humanity was not what the Empire expected. From orbit, Earth was breathtaking, a blue world covered in oceans and clouds. But when the Empire studied the species that lived there, their analysts were confused. Humans were chaotic, their history was full of conflict, their governments constantly changed, their technology advanced rapidly, yet their societies remained unpredictable. The Imperial Council summarized humanity with a single phrase: emotionally volatile. Some council members believed humans were too unstable to join the Empire at all. Others believed they could become useful soldiers. Eventually, the council made a decision. Humanity would face the trials of Dominion, and so the humans were summoned. The day of the trials arrived inside the Celestial Arena, a massive structure orbiting the Empire's capital world. The arena was enormous, large enough to contain entire starships. Towering thrones circled the central battlefield, each occupied by representatives of powerful alien species, crystalline beings that glowed with internal light, massive reptilian warriors covered in battle armor, floating machine intelligences surrounded by humming energy fields. Thousands of observers gathered to watch the newest species attempt the trials. A portal opened in the center of the arena. 3 humans stepped through, 2 diplomats, and 1 warrior. The crowd leaned forward with curiosity. The warrior walked calmly to the center platform. His name was Marcus Hale. At first glance, he looked ordinary. He wore simple dark armor with no glowing weapons or advanced cybernetics. He wasn't the tallest warrior present. He wasn't the strongest. A scar ran across his cheek, and his gray eyes calmly scanned the massive arena. The alien spectators quickly began laughing. One of the Empire's generals, a towering warrior from the warlike species Crackster, stood up. The alien stood nearly 4 meters tall, his armor covered in trophies from countless battles. "You bring this creature as your champion," he growled. The human ambassador nodded calmly. Double quotes, yes. Double quotes. The general stared at Marcus. "This fragile being will not survive 5 minutes." Marcus shrugged slightly. Maybe. The casual response only made the aliens laugh harder. Archo and Valorous, leader of the Imperial Council, raised a crystalline hand. "The trials will now begin." The chrono-combat simulation floor of the arena shifted as massive rings of metal rose from the ground. Energy crackled between them, forming a glowing portal. "This device," Archon Valorous announced, "is the Chrono Combat Simulator. It allows us to simulate battlefields across time and space." Marcus tilted his head. "So, a training simulation, in a sense," Valorous replied. "Except that every failure will be experienced as real death." The crowd murmured. "Each time you die," the Archon continued, "the simulation resets. Your memories remain." Marcus blinked. "Wait, so I'll remember every death?" "Yes." The Crackster general grinned viciously. Most warriors go insane after a few hundred. Marcus considered this for a moment, then he shrugged, guess I'll try not to. The portal brightened. The first simulation loaded. Marcus stepped forward and entered the field. The gate closed behind him. Marcus appeared on a battlefield covered in black volcanic rock. The sky burned red above him. 20 Crackster warriors surrounded him. Each one carried weapons capable of crushing tanks. Marcus raised his hands slightly. Okay, that's not good. The aliens charged. Marcus tried to dodge. A massive hammer slammed into his chest. Everything went dark. Marcus hailed die. After 9 seconds, back in the arena, the spectators erupted with laughter. The machine intelligences immediately calculated the results. Human survival probability 0.02%. The simulation restarted. Marcus woke up again. Same battlefield. Same enemies. He sighed. Oh, time loop. The aliens charged again. Marcus lasted 10 seconds. Then he died. The simulation reset. Again. And again. And again. At first, the Empire barely paid attention. Death number 12, death number 35, death number 87. Marcus died quickly every time, but something strange began happening. The humans started adapting. By attempt number 150, he anticipated the first warrior's attack. By number 400, he dodged strikes before dying. By number 900, he managed to grab an alien weapon. The simulation expanded. New battlefields appeared. Urban warfare, starship boarding, combat, zero-gravity firefights. Alien environments. Each scenario killed Marcus repeatedly, but each time he learned, the alien observers slowly stopped laughing. 10,000 deaths. Machine intelligences began tracking Marcus's performance. At 1,000 deaths, he could defeat small enemy squads. At 5,000 deaths, he mastered several alien weapons. At 10,000 deaths, something incredible happened. Marcus won a battle for the first time. He defeated an entire enemy unit before the simulation ended. The arena fell silent. No warrior had ever improved that quickly. Archon Valorous leaned forward. Continue the trials. 50,000 deaths. Simulations grew more complex. Marcus fought entire armies, commanded fleets, defended planets from invasion. He died constantly. Explosions. Laser fire. Alien claws. Orbital bombardment. Death after death, yet every failure made him stronger. At 30,000 deaths, Marcus could predict enemy strategies. At 50,000 deaths, he was defeating entire invasion forces. The Empire's analysts began calculating a terrifying possibility. If one human could adapt this quickly, what could billions of them do? The 70,000th final simulation loaded. Marcus stood on a ruined city world. Above him, hundreds of enemy warships darkened the sky. Alien armies marched across the horizon. This was the Empire's most difficult scenario, a full planetary invasion. In earlier attempts, Marcus had died within minutes, but now, Marcus smiled. I think I've got this one. The invasion began. Missiles streaked across the sky. Dropships descended. Alien soldiers poured into the city. Marcus moved like a ghost. He sabotaged supply lines, captured enemy weapons, turned alien factions against each other. Hours passed. The battle raged across the planet. Finally, the last enemy warship exploded in orbit. The simulation ended. Marcus stood alone on the battlefield. The system announced, trial complete. The portal opened. Marcus stepped back into the arena. The crowd was silent. The council stared at him. You experienced 70,000 deaths, Archon Valorous said slowly. Marcus nodded. Double quotes, yeah. Rough week. The Archon studied him. How is your mind still stable? Marcus thought for a moment, because that's how humans learn. The chamber fell silent. We fail. Marcus continued. A lot, then we get back up and try again. The machine intelligences ran new calculations. Their results appear across the arena. If humans trained like Marcus, they would become the most adaptive soldiers in the galaxy. The Crackster general looked uneasy. You died 70,000 times. And you are not afraid? Marcus shrugged. You get used to it. The council members exchanged nervous glances. For the first time in centuries, the Empire realized something frightening. Humans weren't the strongest species, they weren't the most advanced. But they possessed something far more dangerous. Persistence. Arcaho and valorous stood. The human species has passed the trials of dominion. Gasps echoed through the arena. Humanity is granted full autonomous membership within the Galactic Empire. Marcus smiled slightly. Cool, the Archon continued. And the Empire requests a military alliance with Earth. Marcus blinked. You're asking us for help. The Archon nodded. Yes. Marcus looked around the massive chamber. Aliens who had laughed at him earlier now avoided his gaze. He chuckled softly. You guys thought the deaths would break me, didn't you? No one answered. Marcus turned toward the exit before leaving. He paused. So, one more thing. The Council looked up. If the Empire ever decides to fight humanity, he tapped his temple. Remember that I already practiced dying 70,000 times. Marcus stepped through the portal. The arena remained silent. Because for the first time in 10,000 years, the Galactic Empire realized something terrifying. They hadn't just discovered a new species, they had discovered humanity, and humanity never stopped trying.